Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast, powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition Mentoring. At HSN, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach. We know that helping our clients become the best and healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about what they eat or going to the gym a few hours a week. We have to focus on a holistic approach, addressing nutrition, stress management, sleep, support system, mindset, and of course, lifestyle. In this podcast, we're going to teach you how to take one step at a time to build a successful and professional habit-based nutrition coaching program. My name is Nicole Aucoin, and I'm the founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, home of CrossFit HSN and HSN Mentoring. I am so excited about today's podcast episode. Let me tell you, this program has been in the works for years. Today, I have Mike Giardina. He is the Director of Health Education for CrossFit. He is also the liaison for the CrossFit Medical Society. This was launched at the beginning of June and a true bridge to help connect healthcare professionals and the CrossFit community, affiliate owners, coaches, and members that are doing CrossFit. Super excited for us to dive into what the Medical Society is, CrossFit's role in this, why gym owners should care about it, and so much more. I know you are going to love this episode. But before we get to this episode, I have a super exciting announcement. I had a follow-up conversation with Mike, Dr. Tom, and Jen after they launched the Medical Society to see exactly what you needed to do from a health and nutrition coach standpoint to get on the directory. Good news, Healthy Steps Nutrition Coaches can be a part of the directory. So if you are in the HSN mentoring family and you have the Healthy Steps Nutrition Coach certification, you can actually jump on board with the directory, which is a great way for you to put yourself out there and potentially get non-members to sign up and be a part of your nutrition coaching program. We know that there are more people than just the people inside of the walls of our gym that need help with nutrition and lifestyle intervention. And this is going to be a really great thing for you to do to get yourself out there. If you're a gym owner that employs health and nutrition coaches, I would recommend that you pay for the directory listing and then guide those people back to your gym's website for a discovery call to get them into your funnel. It's exactly what we have done at Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ. I have a profile, and our other two dietitians who have CrossFit credentials are also on the directory, all leading back to Healthy Steps Nutrition. So consider doing that. All right, we are going to dive into today's episode with Mike. Enjoy. Mike, welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here. Stoked to see you again, too.
We've had a lot of time traveling and speaking together over the past year. It's been loads of fun. You've been on a mission talking about CrossFit and health and helping affiliate owners understand that, there's a big role that they play in empowering health to prevent and reverse chronic disease.
Yeah. Well, first off, yes, we have how long has it been? The last couple of years now, right?
Yeah.
The games and, your event and then the affiliate summits. But yes, and, I think the message has stayed very consistent, but, how I've talked to affiliates has changed a little bit from when I started to now, but for the reason we're going to talk about today. But anyway, so yeah, originally it was really geared around, how to create these connections and relationships with healthcare professionals within your own gym. So within your kind of personal community or gym community, affiliate community, but then also how to reach outside there, how to find other healthcare professionals that, are within your greater community and how to invite them in. And, you've always had some great ideas. So I've taken some of your ideas on that. But with this purpose of, creating this large network of physicians and healthcare professionals that understand the efficacy of CrossFit for improving health and specifically reducing risk of chronic disease. And then the message, I wouldn't say it changed, but then it became more on, how can coaches really coach health within the affiliate. And it is what we do, but it's more, the message more on how do we emphasize this? How do we truly understand what we're doing? And if we understand what we're doing and the power we have with each individual that walks into our affiliate, then we can be a little bit more, excuse me, effective with it, right? So it was interesting with that one because I actually just wrote an article on it because I just started thinking about 20 years of CrossFit. And as I'm thinking about, okay, well, here I've been doing CrossFit for 20 years. And then you think about the definition of health, which is fitness throughout your life. So I'm like, okay, well, I've been doing this for 20 years. I feel pretty healthy, fit for somebody who's 44. And the reason I was able to do this is because I stuck with the program. I stayed in the affiliate, wherever affiliate I ended up being in, because I moved, but I stuck with it. So, which is very unique for any fitness, fitness program, that people will continue to do this for over a decade, 2 decades, right? Like you just don't typically see that, not even with something as simple as running. Do you see people stick with it for that long? I mean, unless you're, professional. But the point to this is I started thinking about that, and I started realizing the things that really keep you in the program are things that might be outside of, getting a bigger deadlift or getting your first muscle up or putting more weight over your head on the snatch, right? It's these other improvements, these what we might at one point consider secondary improvements, but maybe they're primary because maybe they're the real things that keep you in the gym and then allow you to put more weight on the bar and move a little bit faster and get a better frame time or get your first muscle up. And it's these things like, improved self-efficacy. It's the community that you build around you, the accountability of your coaches, your friends, your group of people you work out with, feeling like you're a part of something, this idea of resilience, being hit with challenging tasks over and over again and sometimes failing, but then coming back and improving and being able to succeed in those same challenges, right? Which has a little bit of resilience and self-efficacy built into that whole explanation right there. But then, some of the emotional health that takes place, the ability to relieve stress, which I think we've all felt is, we go into the gym, we've had a hard day with work, family, whatever it might have been. We come out, we feel a little bit better. You can get back into whatever was stressing us out and really take it on with a little bit more calm and control. So I don't know, there were all these other things that I started to realize that take place in the affiliate that really help us improve our health, and health being that ability to, increase, maintain, and fight the decline of fitness over the years of your life.
I think those conversations are so important that we have to keep having with gym owners and coaches so that the communication as people are coming in and on social media and even communication in classes is not just talking about what's happening with the deadlift, but how that 1 hour is impacting the other 23 hours of the day and how the other 23 hours is impacting the 1 hour that they're in the gym. It's a two-way street. And I think you've shed light to a lot of things that have fostered a lot of really good conversations at the affiliate summits. And it's been really fun to see that and help gym owners gain some confidence talking about other things besides deadlifts, right? Like what are the benefits of doing this consistently? You talked about resilience, right? Like confidence, feeling like I can do hard things and I'm doing it every day in the gym, which is going to translate into the confidence that I have outside of the gym too, which will make me a better boss, better husband, wife, mom, whatever the case may be, to help you succeed and ultimately live your best and healthiest life. So I'm excited about all of these conversations. It's funny thinking back 6-7 years ago when we first met, these were the conversations that were happening at the DDCs that I was lucky enough to be in that room, and I probably should have been. But none of those conversations actually got in front of the greater CrossFit, affiliate community. And we were missing in my opinion, missing a huge piece of the puzzle to get the message to trickle down to everyone else. So I'm excited that you're hitting the road with us and doing this. One of the things that we did a couple years ago at the games was a panel discussion on bridging the gap between fitness and healthcare. And after that panel discussion, you came and talked about this directory that has been in the works for years. To really have a solid way to bridge the gap between affiliate owners and what's going on inside a CrossFit affiliate and the healthcare profession. And we are on this podcast today because it is finally done.
It's happening.
You guys are doing the thing. You've worked so hard on this, and the CrossFit Medical Society is live. I was on a call with Nicole Carroll talking about it recently, and she's clearly super pumped up. You've worked really closely with her on this project. What is the CrossFit Medical Society?
Oh yeah. So, well, the history behind it, you hit, right. So it's what it is now is bigger and better than what I initially envisioned. And yeah, it came about, like you said, through this idea of bridging the gap between healthcare and fitness, and how are we going to do that? And we talked about it a little bit just a few minutes ago, and it is this connection with healthcare professionals, this connection with physicians. When we think about who needs CrossFit the most, and we think about the majority of our population, 60% or more, that have at least one chronic disease. And then we think about the overall goal of CrossFit, right? And we want to reach 30 million people by 20, so, and I started to think about that stuff. I'm like, man, there are a lot of people within that large group that we want to reach by 2030 that are going to have some level of chronic disease, and they're probably not, and I mean this in the best way, knocking on the door of the affiliate, right? Their first point of contact is going to be a healthcare professional, whatever that might look like, a physician, a PA, whatever it looks like, or some specialist. It depends on where they're coming, where they are in their health journey, So in order to really achieve this goal, I knew that we needed to create a large network of physicians who understood and wanted to emphasize the power of lifestyle, and this particular lifestyle being CrossFit, this doing constant varied functional movements executed at high intensity, and then eating a diet full of whole unprocessed foods, and potentially eating the right amounts to fuel whatever activity level that you have, right? So this is these, and it's a pretty simple approach, right? We just want you to do functional movements, eat well, and those two main lifestyle levers. Now there are other ones in there that we tend to emphasize with the affiliate, but those are the main two that we can use to really reduce risk, right? And we wanted to create a large network of physicians that saw this as the primary intervention. Like, this is step one. It's not pharmaceutical first, it's lifestyle first. Doesn't mean you don't use pharmaceuticals. You can, and they likely will. But the underlying issue isn't the lack of medication. The underlying issue is lifestyle, right? A poor lifestyle choices. And I don't mean that as a way to talk down about the person who has the chronic disease. But the fact of the matter is, it is these lifestyle choices. And sometimes it is something that, or oftentimes I should say, it's not a willpower issue, it's an environmental issue, right? But if we can put them in the right environment and what the affiliate ends up being, well, then we can start to see a lot of these changes manifest and take place. So anyway, so that was the goal. And we were trying to figure out how to do it. And at first it's, okay, well, we need to at least talk to as many physicians as we can. We need to get a lot of information out there, a lot of education. We spent a year, I don't know how many webinars I did and how many people I talked to, but I wanted to get everybody excited again about what CrossFit health was, right? And so that's what we did. Went out there and just started talking and trying to figure this out. And then, the idea of, okay, well, I think what we really need to do is stop trying to do this on our own and leverage the healthcare professionals that have been a part of our community for a long time. So these are people like yourself. These are the MDL1s. We created the HCPL1. We had MDL1s. We had MDL2s. Now we have some physicians that are level 3 going for the level 4, which I think is awesome.
It's amazing.
And, we started to think about you all, and I'm like, man, we have a really core group of healthcare professionals who understand, how effective CrossFit can be at improving somebody's lives and making them healthier. Like we need to let them run with this mission.
Yeah.
So that's how we started trying to figure it out, and it kind of went a lot of ways. And ended up talking to Dr. Tom McCoy about it, and Jen Fishko, and I really loved what they had to say about turning CrossFit affiliates into what we would consider health homes, and creating these directories of physicians. We were trying to get our own directory for a while, and when we knew that we needed to do it externally, and they had the ability to quickly create these directories for physicians and healthcare professionals, and I had a chance to see it, I was like, oh man, this is, we're on to something here. And so now what we have is we have a CrossFit Medical Society. This medical society has a few different membership options, where you have your practicing physicians, your healthcare professionals, your affiliate owners, coaches, and then members as well. And for the member, the coach, and the affiliate, it's a free membership, and you have access to some education, you'll have some webinars, newsletter, and you'll have access to that directory. For the physicians and the healthcare professionals, you have the ability to be listed on the directory. So you're a searchable directory where, CrossFit affiliates that might have somebody in the gym that needs a little extra help or attention from a medical professional or healthcare professional or physician, they can reach out and find somebody in that specialty, in that area, that's in their community, and make this connection. So it's a way that affiliate owners and coaches can add extra value to their members. But even if members want to kind of take their healthcare journey in their own hands, they can search around as well. And then, what we're trying to do for the individual with these healthcare professionals and physicians and medical society in general is create a way for them to take their health in their own hands, right? So there will be ways eventually to even do things like, hey, look, I want to get a blood panel. And where can I go to get this blood panel? Well, they'll have access through the medical society to get a blood panel. Now they can get this blood panel, get the results, and take them and say, great, like I understand all this, I know what I need to do, and now I'm going to go do it. So that's one option, and that's awesome. And if they do get it and they say, hey, a lot of this stuff is confusing, I'm not quite sure what this means, well, then they can go back to that directory and find a physician or healthcare professional that has the ability that says, hey, I can read these things and can interpret it and create a recommendation for you based on what you're going to do in the affiliate. Then they can reach out and say, hey, can you help me out with this? And they can get some information and some direction from a qualified healthcare professional, and for things that they can do within the affiliate with their coach and with their affiliate owner, right? So I think it's a really, really cool resource for everybody.
I think I want to take a pause because I don't think gym owners and coaches will understand the value of this until they go down the rabbit hole a little bit. As a gym owner, I could send, or let's say one of my members goes to a doctor and that member says, oh, I do CrossFit. And then that doctor says, oh, CrossFit's dangerous, or whatever the case may be, which we know is not true, but there are still people, quote unquote, that read something that was BS and think that that's the case. So from an affiliate owner standpoint, it's so valuable to have an ecosystem of healthcare professionals that believe in the methodology that you can refer your clients to and work alongside. You talked a lot about, well, doctors, there still is a place likely for some medications. And I agree with that 100%. But if you look at the statistics of the traditional medical system, the average patient spends 17 to 24 minutes with their doctor every year. The average doctor's office has between 1,000 and 2,400 patients that they're seeing annually. They don't have the system to be able to support the lifestyle interventions, but they know that people need that. Like even doctors that are prescribing Ozempic, which is such a popular topic, They
Yeah.
understand there has to be lifestyle intervention paired with that in order for that not to be a lifetime drug for the patient that's getting started on it. And they don't have the time, capacity, or the system to be able to create that. So as gym owners, as affiliate owners, as CrossFit coaches, we can work alongside those doctors and have a trusted resource for them to send their patients to and for us to send our members to, knowing that we're all aligned with lifestyle intervention being the primary source to prevent and reverse chronic disease. So huge, important piece for gym owners to actively connect with those healthcare professionals, which is
Yeah.
why it's so valuable to, as a gym owner, it's free for you to do this. Like, why wouldn't you do it? I filled out the affiliate owner, form, super easy to
Sure.
do. And then you see the directory once you get access. And I went on there before we called, before our podcast today, just to see like, are there any CrossFit positions? Like, I know quite a few of them, but I don't think there are. Happens to be one a couple miles from our gym. I sent her an email.
That's
Like,
awesome.
hey,
That's
let's
so cool.
connect. Like, I would like to have a trusted resource. You specialize in hormone health and menopause, like the
Mm.
amount of women that need medical help that we're not providing, we provide the lifestyle intervention piece. It makes sense to work alongside those doctors. So if you're an affiliate owner, pause this podcast, go fill out the form. Super easy to do that. I do want to talk about there are affiliate owners. There are many gym owners that are chiropractors, that are physical therapists, dietitians. Like we could potentially be listed on the healthcare directory too, which is a paid service, not expensive, but a paid
Yeah.
service for you to be listed. And I think that there's a huge value add for that for you, especially if you have like a combined health home in your gym. If you're doing nutrition interventions or you're doing chiropractic in your affiliate and people are coming in there for chiropractic, but then they see the gym, now it's a great way for you to get people kind of cross-pollinating into all of your services. So consider doing that. If you're an affiliate owner, you get the affiliate owner access for free, but if you want to be on the directory, that would be a paid service that you need to
Hmm.
do. And we will, in the show notes for this podcast, we will put the directions for that just to make sure that you do it
Yeah.
correctly. But I think
Hmm.
that's something that gym owners should be thinking about if they are healthcare professionals. And if you are a gym owner and you have a dietitian that works for you or a physical therapist, like that might be smart for you to put them on the directory as well, because you have a website that can link to your affiliate, which is
Yeah.
free, not free advertising because you're paying a small directory fee, but a really great way for you to gain awareness that you guys can serve
Absolutely.
people and help prevent and reverse chronic disease. Okay, so
Yeah.
healthcare professionals need to do this. If you are a healthcare professional, you need, or doctor, and you're listening to this podcast, and you're like, man, this is really cool. I believe in lifestyle interventions. I want to be on this
Mm.
directory. You have to have a CrossFit credential to be on the directory. So you have to have your
That's right.
medical license. You also have to have a CrossFit credential. There's the online level one, level two, level three, level four. But then there's also this new foundations course that you guys came out. Tell me a little bit about the foundations course versus the online level one versus the level one.
Yeah, for sure. So first, you can join, excuse me, you can join the medical society without one, right? So if you are a healthcare professional or a physician and you're like, hey, I'm pretty interested in this. I don't know a lot about CrossFit. I've heard different things because like you said, there are some misconceptions. So maybe you've heard some wonderful things about it, but maybe you've heard some of these, the risk rumor and that kind of stuff, right? So you want to get a little bit more involved and kind of dip your toe in the water. You can join the medical society. That way, you can be a part of the community. You can be part of some of the education. You can jump on the grand rounds which will be a really cool part to this for healthcare professionals and physicians with the grand rounds. What they plan on doing, which I think is awesome, is taking something like a journal article. It doesn't always have to be a journal article, but let's just say it's a journal article. So going through the journal article with a review, but then having one of our healthcare professionals that has, whatever the outcome of interest is, has experience with that and a story associated with it.
Mm.
So here's how they did it. Here is an example of how this took place in a real environment outside of like a clinical environment or a research environment, actually in their clinic or their affiliate, right? So I think it'll be awesome. But anyways, my point to this is you can join without a CrossFit credential, but you cannot be listed in the directory.
Okay.
So then, like you said, you have the online level 1 that you could utilize, the level 1, the level 2, level 3, level 4. But what those are coaching credentials. And a lot of our healthcare professionals and physicians do also want a coaching credential. But eventually you'll have to maintain that coaching credential, right? So whether you're getting an advanced credential and you need to maintain it with CEUs, or you get your level 1, you just have to maintain your level 1. But if you're not coaching, this may not be something that's interesting to you. So we created the healthcare professional fundamentals course, which is a little less time consuming. So it's not a full weekend, it's one day. And you're going to get the fundamentals of CrossFit. So you're going to understand what CrossFit is, what fitness is, basics in nutrition. You will understand our foundational movements. It's not directed towards coaching them. It's more for your own personal understanding and how to move through them well. You'll understand some basics in programming. We're not going to tell you how to program, but why do we program the way that we do, right? Okay. But then we'll have some unique lectures that are directed towards healthcare professionals. One that really explains the power of taking someone from the clinic into the affiliate and what they can get at that. And that was actually, this lecture was adapted from an article that was written by a couple of our MDL2, and it's Shweta and Dinesh Raju, Dr. Shweta and Dinesh Raju. And one is MDL2 and the other is MDL3. And I think Shweta she either, and if I'm wrong on this, I apologize. She either just got her MDL3 or she's getting her level 3 right now. So, cool. But I think it's amazing. So that's actually the opening lecture. It's a beautiful lecture. And then we have one that really goes into kind of where healthcare is today. And it's a lot of what I talked about, and some of those older lectures, maybe some of the ones I did with you a couple of years ago, where we talk about some of the shortcomings of healthcare, which is probably sick care, where we can call it sick care now, right? Yep. But what the solutions are, and then where the handshake takes place between the affiliate and the healthcare professional. And it's kind of like what you just said. They're going to be people in the gym that still need medical help. Yeah. And we know our scope and what we can help them with, in establishing a foundation of health in the affiliate. But if there is something extra that they need, whatever the case might be, it's an accident, they fall and get hurt, they have some type of genetic predisposition to something that they need some medical treatment, whatever it is, then we have the professionals in place. So it kind of lays out essentially what the medical society ends up doing with us, right? This lecture does. And then the last one is kind of an empowering lecture. It's empowering healthcare professionals. And it's just this, hey, what can you do from your part? So you are a healthcare professional, you are out there, you want to work more with the CrossFit community. What can you do? Because we talk a lot about what affiliates can do. But what about the other end? Go into an affiliate. How can you make these connections? And it lays out some best practices and some examples that I've seen over the course of the years that I've worked with healthcare professionals. So it's a great course. I think there are going to be some healthcare professionals out there that just they know they don't have time to coach. They're not really interested in coaching. They do what they do, but they want to be a part of the CrossFit community still, right? And they want to be on the directory, and they want to work with coaches and affiliate owners and members for whatever their needs are. And this is the course for them.
That's awesome. I didn't realize all those bonus lectures that are in this course. Yeah. Now I just want to go and sit like a fly on the wall on the back to listen to all of them. It's kind of like the old empty L1s. When they had them at the DDC, I would literally go in and listen during some of those. So that's going to be awesome. You guys are hosting one in Colorado, one in San Diego, and then more to be announced. We'll put the link to those courses if you're a medical professional and you don't have a CrossFit credential, but you're interested in this course and you realize the healthcare system is broken and my hands are tied and I want to be able to work alongside healthcare professionals. I want to be able to partner with CrossFit affiliate owners and coaches to be able to truly provide a solution to help prevent and reverse chronic disease. This could be a great first step for you. And who doesn't like Colorado or San Diego? So you can make it a long weekend, have a great time. And I think one unspoken thing by going to these events is the networking, connecting you do with other healthcare professionals. There is such a power that I saw with the DDCs and the MDL ones back in the day. And it was like a little reunion every time we met up, and those doctors, you know, you go back to your day to day and you feel like you're on an island in this like revolving door system. And this gives you a network of people that you can stay connected with that are all in this good fight together. So think about all of the networking that you can do. I think that's really important.
And that's a big part, you know, so yeah, it's a big part of the foundations course, the HCP foundations course, but it's a lot of what you just said too, with the networking that we did at the DDCs. We want to continue that with the medical society, and the medical society offers us the ability to do that. So we do want to have these events where we can get healthcare professionals together, one for networking, but also for continuing education as well, right? And connection with, you know, there will be some that maybe are just for healthcare professionals, some that are for the entire community, so that affiliate owners and coaches and members can come in too and create these connections. But we all know the power of being around each other and connecting, and we want to maintain that and keep that going. The other part that's really cool about it is the advocacy part of the medical society. What we intend to do with this is get the CrossFit name into areas that have been very hard to get into in the past, because now it's not, you know, level 4 Michael Giardina trying to get into these things. It's a bunch of MDs and healthcare professionals that have access and connections and relationships and different events and conferences and student unions and academia or whatever it might be. Now we can start to really grow this thing and get it into the areas where we need to get into. I just imagine this idea of getting it into schools, especially medical schools, and really hitting medical students early, and then bringing them into the CrossFit community and bringing them to the affiliate so they can see firsthand and experience firsthand the power of CrossFit while they are going through their education, so that when they graduate and they go through, you know, all their rounds, all their continuing education, and then they're ready to start their practice, they have, you know, years of experience in CrossFit to bring to the table. I think that'd be amazing. So that would be something that's super cool. And we'll start all this stuff at the games. And when we talk about like events and everything, we have some really fun stuff planned for the games.
Awesome.
Yeah, there'll be more on that, but we'll have a specific night in the affiliate hub. Cool. That'll be kind of like a happy hour for healthcare professionals. So we'll shut down the affiliate hub and we'll send out some invites and stuff for that. There'll be ways to register for it. We'll be talking directly to affiliates. And I say we, I mean, I'm still with CrossFit, but I'll work hand in hand with the medical society, but we'll be talking directly to affiliate owners in the affiliate hub one of the days. We'll do a meet and greet in the EDU, at the EDU booth, so that anybody, whether you're a healthcare professional, affiliate owner, coach, or just CrossFitter, if you want to come in there and talk to Tom, Jen, and maybe we'll bring some other healthcare professionals in there, like you, Nicole.
There we go. I'm committed.
Yeah, everybody there to be able to answer questions and just interact with everyone. And we want to get some workouts going offsite as well. So we're working through getting that set up with a local affiliate around the games area. So yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. You know,
amazing.
Once we, just like you said, I mean, those events were so powerful. So that's going to be a big part of what we do, is just bringing people together.
I love it. And I do think it's beneficial to talk a little bit about HQ's role versus Jen and Tom's role. Like they're running the show with the medical society, but you as an affiliate and employee of CrossFit are also involved in working hand in hand with them. What does that relationship look like?
Yeah, well, I'll start with this. Jen and Tom and Jen and Tom, they're running this thing, but And they would probably not be happy with me saying that. They're so big on, hey, yeah, we're setting this up, but the like, it's for the community, it's for the affiliates, it's for CrossFit, it's for the physicians and healthcare professionals. They're all really running this thing, right? They're just trying to set it up and direct it and help that it grows. They do not want it to be about them. They want it to be about CrossFit. Every time we put their name on some messaging document, we get them to look at it. They're like, please take our name off. So I think that's a pretty, I mean, it's an amazing thing to, I just wanted to throw that out there because I think they're great people and they're doing it for the right reasons. And just, I think they're awesome. But yes, they will be kind of leading it from that perspective, right? So my role is, for a lack of a better way to describe it, the liaison between the two. So as you said earlier, Nicole is incredibly excited about this thing, and which I love to see. She's just so pumped on it, and talking to her about it, I always leave really excited, and we have great direction on it. But Nicole's doing a lot of stuff. Nicole does, she's running the brand, which is all about health now, right? It's because health is the end objective to all this. It's fitness throughout your lifetime. But there's a lot to do there. So I'm just working alongside, making sure that we're all moving together in the right direction, that any point where we can assist them, which would be like, maybe we want to collaborate and do something that is an educational course or whatever it might be for coaches or healthcare professionals or affiliates. It's doing that stuff. It's making sure that we find ways to work together for events. It's working together to plan things for the game so that we can all be there. It is independently run. They are licensing the name, but we want to work it as a partnership because the goal is the same, right? It's just that they have different access and different abilities to achieve this goal. And we kind of have our side as well. And we're working with coaches and affiliates. We kind of all have our specialties, but we bring this whole thing together. Like, that's when it gets the most powerful. And that's what I'm trying to do.
I love it. I think that this has been in the talks for a really long time, like years, for those of you guys who are listening to this podcast and you're like, this is really cool. Did you guys whip this up overnight? No, it's been years in the making. Tom has been around for a really long time in space. Both of them are affiliate owners. They own an affiliate together. So they know both sides. I think that it's really great that you are working alongside them to make sure that we are all headed in the right direction. And you can use the network and, the reach that CrossFit HQ has to help draw attention to this so that ultimately we can all grow and rise the tide together. So I'm super excited about all of this. If you're an affiliate owner, if you're a coach, if you're in the community and you want to create a profile, it is very easy. We will put the next steps to do the healthcare professional side if you're also an affiliate owner in the show notes for this podcast. I do think it would be worth it, especially as it grows. You want to be known as not just an affiliate owner, but a healthcare professional if you have that specialty licensing in your area. So it seems like a no-brainer to do both of those things. Stay tuned. You can follow CrossFit Medical Society for more information. I'm sure, Mike, you will give me the information for the CrossFit Games. So if you guys are going to that, please join us. And if you plan to come to any of the future CrossFit Affiliate Summits, Mike will be at many of them. I will be at all of them. So we hope to see you in person. Mike, anything else as we wrap up today?
Well, I know you have some affiliate owners that are listening. And if this goes out before the state, but on June 20th, we'll have a webinar through the TPC. So it'll be affiliate owners and coaches that subscribe to the professional coach. There will be a webinar where we will talk specifically about the Medical Society, but also open it up to Q&A. So it'll be an hour webinar, about 30 minutes of us going back and forth and providing information, and then about 30 minutes of Q&A for anybody who has any specific questions and wants some answers from myself, Tom, or Jen.
Cool. Awesome. Well, definitely take the time to fill out the information. And as we get more information, we will share it with all of you guys. Thanks, Mike, for coming on the podcast.
No, thank you so much for having me, Nicole. This has been amazing. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that podcast episode with Mike. Gosh, I'm super excited about this. Sometimes it's a little bit harder than we think to connect with healthcare professionals that are outside of our ecosystem. So it's easy to connect with doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals that are members of our gym or people that we have relationships with, but it's kind of tough to do this with people we don't have relationships with. And I can tell you from personal experience, super easy to connect with healthcare professionals through this directory. After it launched, I went on there and just looked for a healthcare professional, a doctor in my area to see if there was anyone listed that I wasn't already connected with. And sure enough, there was. I sent her an email. She responded back within a few hours, and we have a call set up to see how we could potentially work together. Doctors and physicians, especially the people in this directory, know that the healthcare system is broken the way it is, and people really need lifestyle interventions, sometimes along with medical interventions, to make health a way of life. And this is where affiliates come in. You can be a health home. You can partner alongside healthcare professionals to provide the lifestyle interventions, habit-based coaching, and accountability to empower health in your community. I'm super excited for this initiative so that more gym owners can start connecting with healthcare professionals. You can guide your members to this to find a healthcare professional near them. If you are a healthcare professional, make sure that you at least enroll so that you can see the directory. And I would encourage you to join the directory. If you're a part of the HSN mentoring family, don't forget about the healthcare partnership module that we have. A training with scripts, brochures, everything you need to set up a successful healthcare partnership. So before you start making these healthcare partnerships, if you are in the HSN mentoring family, go through that hour-long module, grab those Canva templates to make it super easy for you to partner alongside doctors and deliver a professional experience, and also learn those best practices. That's actually how Healthy Steps Nutrition started back in 2012. We partnered with a pediatric GI and built more physician relationships from there. It was their number one referral source for the longest time. So really great opportunity for gym owners to start doing this. I can say from personal experience, it definitely has helped us be able to impact people that are not members of our gym and also grow our nutrition-only coaching program. So excited for more gym owners and coaches to do this as well. Don't forget, if you're a Healthy Steps Nutrition coach, you can add yourself to the directory. I will link the directory and link the module on healthcare partnerships that is in the HSN dashboard in the show notes here. Hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and we will see you back here next week.